Hey everybody, Tyler Cruz here, also known as Always Dizzy. As the title of the video will spoil, I am playing in the upcoming 2025 Washington versus British Columbia match. So not too long ago, I posted a video announcing that I was playing in the 2025 Jack Taylor Memorial. But things have changed over the past, actually just yesterday it changed. So I am no longer playing in the Jack Taylor Memorial. Instead, I'm playing in this match against Washington. So I will be playing for Team BC, so Team British Columbia, and we will be playing a team match against Washington. So Canada versus the US. This is my first time ever playing in an event like this, like a team match. Now, it is a Swiss team match, so it's not like the Olympiad where it's like board 1, board 2. At least as far as I understand it. I think you will still be matched according to the Swiss pairing system against the opposing team's players. And then they will tally up all of the total score at the end. I believe that's how it works. And then then the winner will be the winning team, whoever has the highest score. There are individual prizes. So I'm actually pretty happy to move from the Jack Taylor Memorial to this Washington versus BC match for a few reasons. One is that first, I've never played in something like this before, so that'll be new and interesting. Another reason is, especially during these times, I'm pretty happy to play for Team Canada or Team BC against the US. Just a little, rivalry thing going on. With the tariffs and all of that stuff. So it's kind of nice to represent Canada. And most importantly, and the most selfishly, if you remember to my Jack Taylor Memorial video, and I'll just kind of remind you here, I did not like the way that they set up the prizes because I am 1734 is my rating. And so I'm not going to be, technically I'm eligible for the first place or second place prize in the whole tournament, but realistically, I'm never going to place first or second. Therefore, I'm not, I can't win any prize. And then I don't like how, I feel like there should be a class prize for like under 1900 or under 1800 or something. Maybe even under 2000, but it's just strange to me that the under 1500 section gets they get $700. Actually, they get more if you count the class prize, but just count this, they get $700. So first place gets 400, second gets 300, and then under 1300 gets 200. It's just a little strange to me if you're rated over 1700, but you're like not a national master, you're not a titled player, but you're over 1700, there's no prizes for you. So you're just kind of subsidizing the other sections, which I don't know, I'm not a big fan of. Showing you the pre-registration list, like I would have to beat all of these players ahead of me. Like there's 13 players higher rated than me so far. I'd have to perform better than all but one of them to be eligible for a prize. Well, that's not how it works, but essentially there's 13 players that are higher rated than me. So did not mean to do that, but anyways, let me jump over here. So that's the third reason I like to join this, because the prizes are actually pretty good on this. So it will be held at the same venue as the Jack Taylor, but they might have a different room, or they'll be set aside to a different area of the room. So it's still going to be a 5-round Swiss. It will be FIDE rated and CFC rated, just like the other tournament. it is kind of done by invitation. Now, I will tell you that in previous, so this is, I believe, the 9th annual event of this Washington versus BC match. I'm pretty sure this is the lowest strength one. So the previous ones, there were some strong players like international masters and masters in them on the teams, but this one is quite low rated. I'm not sure why, but it is, and that's why I am eligible. So the entry fee is the same as well, but the prizes are quite good. So the top player on each team, so there'll be, I guess, 6 prizes in total. The top player, so the first, like the highest score will get $500, second highest $400, and then third $280. And that's for each team. So if you have the top score on Team Washington, you get $500, assuming you don't tie with somebody else, which you probably will. And I think there's still going to be 2 more players added to the team, but I closed that other window, unfortunately. Let me open it up again. So if you just look at, so I'm currently the second seed or the second highest rated player on Team BC. So that doesn't guarantee or mean that I'm going to get a prize, but my odds should be quite high that I should get at least 3rd place. Now, I don't know, maybe I won't get 3rd place. That's fine, but my odds are pretty high, I think, because the next highest rated is 1584. I mean, these guys are still strong, but still my chances are pretty decent that I could get a prize. At least a bigger chance than if I was in the Jack Taylor, which would be like 0.1% chance, right? So I like that aspect of it. And if I don't win a prize, that's fine. At least I had a shot compared to the Jack Taylor. Let me jump back here. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's really any team strategy or anything like that from what I've heard. People aren't really helping people prepare or whatever. You just kind of show up and play. So it's not like the Russians or the Soviet Union, working together and all of that. So that's a bit of a downside, but it still sounds kind of fun. We'll see how it goes. I will show you what do I want to show you? Okay, here's just a photo from 2018, actually. So they often have like like the Washington flag or the American flag and British Columbian flag or the Canadian flag or both. And often they have these little small flags. Sometimes they have them next to each board, but I think now they just do it. They just have 2 or 3 of them, maybe 1 per table now, which is kind of neat. And I took this photo some years back, maybe last year. No, I think I took this 2 or 3 years ago. I'm surprised I found it. Google Photos is pretty cool. It keeps, you can search by keywords. So I searched for my photos for chess and flag, and it came up with this in one of the results. So yeah, so the Washington versus BC part of the tournament is held often in the same room. Again, this year it might be held in a whole separate room, but it's usually held to the side. Usually they get premium seating. Anybody that's played in a tournament knows what I'm talking about. So like away from the bathroom, usually you get the best lighting and all of that, and more space between boards and stuff. And I think, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, that Team BC is always on one side, but I'm not sure about that because the colors are all on one side. So I'm not sure how that works. Yeah, and then often between rounds, they'll give an update on how Team BC versus Team Washington is doing. I didn't show. Oh, I didn't get that prepared, unfortunately. Okay, give me a second here. I'm too lazy to edit the video after, so I'm just going to do it this way. What I'm doing now, I'm going to show you the roster list of Team BC as it is currently, if I can find it. Why is it giving me? Okay, I found it. So I'm just going to load that up. Boom. There we go. So this is the downside to the tournament, is that there's a very high chance I'm going to lose rating and FIDE rating and CFC rating. Because if you look at the roster list, by the way, most of these are little kids. This is the grade of the kids. Grade 13 means it's an adult. So there's 2 adults, and then the rest are kids, like teens, a few teens, and then kids. So if you look at the rating, I don't know what the average would be. Maybe 1,400 average, it looks like, not factoring in the master. So yeah, maybe 1,450 or something is the average. And then there is a master who is I think the Washington president, chess president, and he brings the kids over from the US. So he's a national master, 2,200. There's a very high chance I would be playing him. So we can count that as a loss. and you can't count out kids. I mean, kids are strong, right? So probably they're underrated, I would assume. I mean, they're kids, so they're probably underrated. So, and especially, well, that's their USCF rating, right? Yeah. So I'm not even sure how that works with CFC. Some of them might have their own separate CFC rating, or they might use their USCF rating at par. I'm not quite sure what they'll do with that. Yeah. So I hope I can show this. I don't think there's any sensitive information here. Yeah, actually, it says 11 players registered, but 10 maximum. So one of these people might leave, or else they might add an additional player to the BC roster. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm pretty happy about that change. Again, it'll be something new and interesting for me. Oh, there was another big perk about this too. As you guys might know, I really don't like playing local players that live near me, or even players that I've played against before. I don't know. I just like, when you spend money to go to a tournament, and because like for me, I don't know how much this is going to cost me. Depends how much I like buy food there, but this tournament, which is not too far from me, is probably going to cost me like $450 approximately. And when you spend money and time going to a tournament, at least for me, the last thing I want to do is play people that live close to me, that go through a local chess club, or even just players that I played in past tournaments. I don't know. I like playing new people in tournaments. Like, by new people, I mean just players I haven't played before. I don't like playing somebody like 2, 3, 4 times. I don't know. That's just me. So I've never played any of these players before. They're all from the US, right? So every player is going to be new to me and kind of a mystery to me. And I really enjoy that aspect of it. So for me, there's almost all upsides. There is a big downside. That is, again, the fact that there's a good chance I will lose rating. It's very hard for me to gain rating since I am a fair bit higher rated than almost all my opponents. But we shall see, right? Okay, stay tuned. I will do, of course, a tournament recap series of videos when I return each round, and I'll try to do some B-roll. I feel a bit weird doing that sometimes, taking the footage, but I will see, I will try to do that. And that is coming up in, well, I'm leaving on the 24th. So as of this video, as of the recording of this video, that is what, about, well, just over a week and a half from now. So it's coming up pretty soon. Okay, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.